Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and do a rerun in today's live summit event in the Crew 2, Sunshine States. A theme summon to be featured that have a hot and warm areas of the United States such as California, Utah, and Texas was being served as original from July 24 through the 31st of 2019. Now in the rerun to be featured to have 6 events plus 3 skills by the usual to be take place in California. So I hope you guys did a good excited head start to do some mad skills to be featured for the update, and also to have the previous brand new theme summon from Made by Mad. It's all about to have the mad skills to be featured to go by brand new, and definitely that we're about to go again at any time since we have some usual skills to be coming back again for this week. But it's all about to do the matter of normal or mad skill that you guys really like the most, because we might have to go prefer to choose both of them all at once. Now it'll have to take much more fine preparation to go by usual vehicles to be set and go organized to have some feature events to be set on vehicle restriction. But it'll have to go for having a nice time to go rise and shine, because hot and warm areas in the US and one location to be stayed in the west coast of California. Better get ready folks, I'm all set and have all of my vehicles are about to be well applied and go faster to have a good early start, just like that you're about to have a nice time in the summer season. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start today's live summit event. Let's begin. It was a mad theme summon for having a good start out there from the first week for having a brand new season. But very good to have the platinum rank on 2,817 place to get the mad addition to the Dodge Viper SRT10 Coupe. Very much more fine exterior parts for the Bugatti EB110 Super Sport, and a green chemical smoke on the Epic just to have one smoke vanity on the silver, and then the usual way by having 200,000 followers on Fame Pack. But after all, this is going to take one good brand new addition as we're about to go step in and moving on to take the second week. Here we have some more events to go by brand new plus the usual to be served as a rerun. But I mean, there's IC Xmas is about to be set by coming soon to be on a later date on December. Just only for having the 4th week in the month of December, but we're almost there to be finishing up at the end of November to be on the 22nd through the 29th. But it's all about having reruns as we're about to go by the usual way, and even the new players who have ever been participate. So now we got some 3 usual skills by the normal and 6 events to be on the normal type on disciplined. So I'll have to take the land base to go on Solemn, then let's go over to the state of California to be at Los Angeles at the LA River. Any kinds of land based vehicle to go by no restriction, but you know the drill, just choose any kinds of vehicles that you might need to go by pick. But I just got everything to be mapped out and go choose on hypercars this time. Alright, gonna have to go on filters, choose any best hypercar that you guys really want to go for it. So how about I'm about to go for the Bugatti Debo Magma Edition 2019 to be set and good to go. Scorebreaker and skill by 89% to go by double. This will have to take one good ways and do a matter of perspective to do the same thing all over again. As experts say, we might gonna have to solemn the gates and try to go over the line. But the tricky thing is, you might gonna have to go hit that cones right over here. That's how the quickest way that you might need to get there without losing any kinds of speed. But optionally, it does might go a little bit helpful Okay, keep it steady. And there you go. 24,100 points. That's a very good one checkmark skill in the bag, and going by the same part to be the usual way. So that's 155,493 points, one skill check, 2 to go, and wait on standby to have 6 events to be set and ready to do some part of the competition. Then let's go and do the Joshua Tree Land to have a 1 tub shallow escape. But it might be thus possible that you might need to stay faster without any contact on land. So I'll have to take the first one to go in by attempt number 1. Maintain the pace. If anything possible, you might need to be preferred to go by jet sprint or powerboat. That might be quite come in handy. So gonna have to kick it up the throttle. Almost there. This skill is much more impossible that you really need to do this, but whenever it happens, that takes a slow time to get back on the water in no time. Okay, looks like still yet to be achievable, and 45-28 yards. Okay, that's not bad after all, but not yet at least. So it might be going a bit more tough challenging to have this escape skill for powerboat. But it does help both, but it needs to go a bit more faster to be increased on the pace when using on the throttle to go high speed. But it might sound impossible to see how powerboat might be going much more challenging to have this shallow rivers to be a bit more crowded. So I had to do my best, and let's see how few attempts am I gonna have to change this up a bit. Okay, I got the right trail. Gonna have to keep going down onto the main current river. Okay, I got the right side direction. There we go. That's 5,010 yards. Looks like this could be a bit much more well done improved. So that takes 112,593 points to be adding up by update. So third skill is about to go on air-based vehicle on low altitude. Right at the silver, and let's go on skill 3 in Los Padres. I know the drill, because gonna have to fly very low to have a good multiplier times 3. Either depends that you might have to use this part of the trail to go for any inverted flight. Okay, smoke on. Gonna have to stay on track and keep it going. Make one step to go directive to be in the Pacific Ocean. That's a good skill, reaching up by 37,000. Okay, that's good. 1 second left. And 46,079 points. Fantastic. And airplane skill 3 is on the check-in mark by 156,200 points. Now this is going to be the perfect time to have a 6-event marathon to go around in California. So I'll have to start out to do on powerboat for only the first event to be in Pacific Coast. No restriction, just all powerboat vehicles only to be using on water base as well. But in the meantime, because hot and warm areas to be around in the state of California, just like the original back then, but this is going to have to do a much more fine blue cold relaxation as I'm about to go for the Ice Marine Blade Runner 35 2017. just to have 1050 horsepower and top speed 192 miles per hour to be on the per level on 250. It sure does to have the rerun is going to be full best time in the state of California. Now let's surf up and go on to have the interior view to be on the main grid start.
I don't know why anyone else is even bothering.
Just to be planned as before, but few jumps, power slides, and doing some wave runner to be shaking up and feel the flow on the ocean. That's how one sprint race on the Pacific is technically to do the best entertainment to go around on every summer season. But we're in the fall season during the month of November. But very good to see how Sunshine State is now being yet featured once again to be as another rerun. So almost there, halfway mark by 50%. So good to see that nice powerboat to go capable and faster to be used on competition. So here come the waves. Just yet the time and have the spectators to go seen around by the cruiser. Only one more checkpoint to go. Finish line is just right up ahead. One regular on the podium and brings us back from Los Padres in the low altitude skill. Successfully, and 113,302 points has been earned to have a good record time by a minute, 37 seconds with a decimal of .237. Now it takes to have one event to be checked on powerboat. The next up is about to go over to head on in to be at Los Angeles for the second time for having an air race. Marina del Rey. A wonderful time to go for the air show for all Californians out there who really want to enjoy to see some air race to be doing some stunts, skills, and doing a 2-lap time trial. So it'll have to be preferred to go for having a better airplane vehicle ever yet. But I'm about to choose for only one best of the usual to go for the Pilotus PC-21 2002. UDRS Insportec livery is about to be ready and get the air show started to be fly for having a good clear afternoon condition to go on the hot temperature. Let's get ready for takeoff, and here I go, folks. Main ejected by over 3 minutes, off I go.
You totally got this.
Alright, looks like the fans are about to have one Insportec air team are about to do some racking up the skills and do some figures. It's coming along nicely, then take one swoop by in Malibu. Okay, time to do the first loop. 1 second perfection. Then coming in to have the U-turn to have another checkpoint. Okay, coming along and make one checkpoint pass by the pier. That's very good. 9 second perfection. Then second time loop will go for the final lap. Okay, that's very good. Almost done. Another 1 second perfecto and do the right turn direction to have another match figure is doing well perfectly. Okay, here comes another loop. Solid fine work and adds up with some fuel nitro. Just only one more checkpoint to go, and the Air Wizard is about to be having 20-second perfection is on the clock. Now that's a minute 45.942 seconds. That's a very good air show entertainment to all Californians in Los Angeles, folks. 123,569 points. Very good to be plowed in the sky and doing more fine excitement to have a good ever air race event. So when it comes in to have some best times of thrill to be using on pro racing disciplines such as Alpha Grand Prix, Air Race, and Powerboat. So why not just gonna go with Rallycross discipline to be set and do the main priority along with the Bentley Moliner Bacular is now gonna be set by featured. But only 2 European cars by either to have one hypercar and street race disciplines. But don't worry, just to go on stage number 6 of the US Speed Tour West Edition from Golden Hills Racetrack to Los Angeles. That will be a very good rally time attack to go all in, and I'm about to have one of the 2 French Rallycross vehicles ever since to be purchased from the last week new Made by Mad Live Summit. So I just got everything to be highlighted and go for the Pescia 205 T16 Evolution 2 1984 Group B World Rally Championship vehicle. It adds up and putting up onto the 230 per level on 584 horsepower and top speed 174 miles per hour. Just like from Gran Turismo 7, from here in the Crew 2, it features to be well equipped by default when using nitro and adds up to have a good common level to go legendary. So let's get the show on the road and have one classic Group B rally car to go entered on the USST West on stage number 6.
Golden Hills to Los Angeles, Nevada to California. It's stage number 6, US Speed Tour West.
I really love the sound of the engine on this 205 Turbo. Is now actually to have a good adjusted updated version as Evolution 2. Unlike the Evolution 1 counterpart is now being stated as original, but this one is now being featured to have a minor adjustment and set by the updated to become as Evolution 2. But very good to see some classic Group B rally car to be debuted and entered on Motor Nation to be part on Motorflix Mad. But did I ever mention about the interior view, because as I ever said to be well mentioned before. But this one is still has the good elements to see some classic interior to go rally racing spec. Still got some good skills and being classed as an all-wheel drive. So gonna have to take the dirt, follow by the trail, and do braking whenever I can. As I ever tried this out to do some practices and minor attempts, this one is very perfectly to do a special stage rally time attack to go in for doing a tarmac and dirt gravel all together by the element. But thank goodness for the USST West Edition on the 6th stage is just perfect to be well exactly as I wanted to do. Okay, let's go for the high gear. But it does features for the 5-speed transmission when driving in the Pescia 205 Turbo 16 Evolution 2. Very much more fine correction, unlike any other modern rally cars on 6-speed. But the 5-speed is still going old-fashioned to this day in the 20th century until the 21st just came out to be featured on other racing games to be well specified on rally cars. But hopefully, if there's going to be a Land Eagle 6 rally car to be coming up soon in the Crew 2, that will be going much more exactly as Mitsubishi fans really want to see some classic Land Eagle cars. So coming out at the forest, then arriving in Central Valley. Okay, it's about time to go doing some best time on the dirt. Then let's go on the tarmac to do the break. So better take a good look, folks. Whenever I reached up the 5th gear when going on the tarmac, that's how the style, skill, and power slide on 2 types of terrain is what you need to do. So sharp turn up ahead and doing well. Halfway point on over 50%. That's a good 5-speed gear. But I can't wait to see this one is going to be doing some well participation on mat skill along with a Renault 5 Maxi Turbo. But this one is actually to have the good best classic Group B rally card since last week to be purchased with the introduction of Made by Mad as a summit event. But hopefully this is going to be quite doing much more French rivalry along with the Peugeot and Renault to have some good ever classic Group B cars is now being capable to be classed as rally class. 70% is going up on the progression remaining. Almost there, and this one is now kick it up on gear number 6. Wow, I cannot believe it does might have helpful ways to do a 6th gear to see this 205 Turbo 16 is actually to be much more extra fine adjustment. But only to be rideable to be climbing up on the hills. So gonna have to climbing up and next checkpoint to be proceed. Let's beat the hill and do 1 jump. Okay, it's doing 1 piece. Just always gonna have to keep on racing, stay clean on the dirt, and follow the line. And about 10% to go, arriving in Los Angeles, California. Okay, that's the ticket to go inside corner by the turn. Very good to have a good power slide. It's still got some good old tricks. The 205 can still handle this at any time.
Last checkpoint before Los Angeles. The competitors are about to discover the Pacific Ocean.
And there you go. Just only 6 minutes to have 8 seconds by a decimal of 0.198. But almost good enough, but it needs to do a bit more faster to catch us up as well. But in the meantime, because I might have to be preferred to do a follow-up catch-up after this. But very good to have 1 rallycross event to be well checked. Then let's go to Hollywood for the McLaren 720S Spider. Just like the Senna to be featured on the same event, but this time the 720S Spider is about to be ready to go for having a next set of McLaren. But I bet it does, because only 1 McLaren is now being finished, and then another McLaren is about to go by another one. By 2018 and go to 2019 to have the Spider in the 720S. Brings out to have a default performance to be tested by 240. Then let's give it a go and do take 1 on the practice set to be well attempt. But hopefully you'll have to go faster and do some major adjustment that you might need to do by maximum upgrade. So let's go by scene 1 and rolling in.
US Speed Tour West Special Number 7, Los Angeles, California. Race the City of Angels, Tinseltown, Hollywood.
As I'm about to do a test that you might need to use by maximum parts to go by example. By having a stock level, it might have to go by default, but in the meantime, this is gonna have to take yourself to go proving up on the test to go by example. But it might help because one jump will have to take one minor attempt that you have to go again. Unlike any other kinds of McLaren, the 720S Spider has actually to have a good capability to have a similarity unlike the original counterparts. But the Spider has now actually to have a good hypercar convertible is now being yet to see some different style in one design. So here comes the jump. And one touchdown on the good clear spot. Doesn't matter why am I supposed to have this demonstration for the new players. It might be giving a good standard by default, but it'll have to be preferred to go by expert during the participation in the live summit event, just like Sunshine states. Serve as a rerun, but it can also to have some maximum part to be up full capacity to go capable on the main speed. But it might have to take some minor mistake to go by contact when scratching up one further vehicle. So it's all clear to be arriving in Inglewood, just to be passed by on area district. Okay, here comes the junction intersection. Next right, slow down, and just keep a good watch the paint. Okay, that's 18.3 seconds. A bit more or less, the McLaren 720S Spider just actually to be doing well served to be one test attempt by default until...
Past the checkpoint they go. Close to finishing. Who will leave their mark?
The finish line will be occurred to have this one. By over 3 minutes with 1.390 seconds. But it might be giving a good percentage by almost 50%. But that will have to take one event to be tested and go by the real part to go faster and amp it up. One part of the point to have 48,783 points. But a bit more close enough. However, just to be preferred to go by drag race or hypercar. Let me try this again. 48,783 points. However, if either to be using on full maximum per level to go updated to have some major strong of adjustment. Maybe let's just try have something else to go a bit more change to be swapped up from the Bugatti EB110 Supersport and transfer over here onto the 720S. Then let's go on to take 2 and have attempt number 2 to use the same car to have a good better amount of high speed performance. Just to be well example and a bit more demonstration to let the new players know. So I'll have to take some time until now, and there it goes. By over 1009 horsepower to have a top speed of 280 miles per hour, just to have a max per level to be around on 320. This would be doing challenging, more faster, and well improved by having one sprint race to have a time attack to go for the rush. Now let's go for having take 2 and see how the matches parts to be fitted perfectly.
US Speed Tour West's special number 7. Los Angeles, California. Race the City of Angels, Tinseltown, Hollywood.
Okay, back to square one and do the real challenge to see how you can handle it well to go max up the speed. So, as ever said and done before, doing one special on USST Hollywood to have one part of the time attack that you're gonna have to keep a good, excellent amount of pace. So keep that in mind. It'll have to take experience whenever you might need to do some challenges that you have to do some skill set to be well amazed and achieve. And don't forget, one maximum jump to do one good solid rest. Have a good clear spot on the road. Okay, progression is going back up in 45%. Kick up the nitro. Gap distance by update in about over 12 seconds. Okay, going on to have the highway straight once again. Clever to be indeed. 20 seconds behind has been updated. So let's see how my previous record just did so far out there. Okay, going for a short straight. Pass through inside the tunnel.
There they go, past the last checkpoint. The finish line is right ahead to win the stage.
And that's that. Record update by 2 minutes, 34.244 seconds. Very much to be awesome, and very yet to be updated that you might need to push yourself very hard to catch up as possible. 111,783 points. Solid fine work, and doing basic demonstration on attempt 1 and attempt number 2. So next up, for only one of the two vehicle restriction by having one street race discipline by having a Bentley Mulliner Bacular will go in to be at Coastal Range to Los Angeles. Another part of the British European vehicle restriction is about to be set and good to go to have my UDRS Insportec livery to have a good amount of horsepower by 1105 with top speed 226 miles per hour. Handling still does good enough to be on a semi-expert around on 280, but this time it's about to go beauty with luxury to go for having a good style of concept convertible is being quite good to be on the rollout on to the first position on the grid to be on the 8. So let's go and reach the top 3.
Go, go, go!
It's all about luxurious speed and agility just to make sure whenever you might need to go faster to climb up on the first part of the session of the turn. Hopefully, you had to take the first position to go all out, and it's about to go all in. Okay, checkpoint to go cleared to have 12% progression is now being well done. Wait until the nitro to be on full capacity whenever I'm ready. Okay, gonna wait for it. And go by full speed. Yeah, very good. Keep up the good luxurious work and doing all out in luxury style. As I ever think, when it comes to have luxury cars to go faster, it can build to have an 8-speed transmission to be using on the Moliner. But still got some good beauty of concept cars is now being quite good to have a 2-seater vehicle. So gonna have to get over there and have one step closer to be on the 50% progression on the halfway point. Just to take a few miles to go to be arriving in Los Angeles. Just like last time when we used the Porsche Panorama Turbo S. But it still has a good sports station wagon, is being yet to be well indeed. Okay, slow it down. Keep up the good line. Okay, halfway point around in the middle of Central Coast. Not yet far in Los Angeles, viewers. Okay, that's a good power slide turn. Come on, just going to keep that good power of mine to be stay up on the good work. Alright folks, we're almost there. Just to have a few more miles to go to be arriving in Los Angeles to be passed by in Hollywood. With only 24 seconds behind the gap to be last seen on the update. Hopefully, one Bentley will take home the podium at any time. Okay, it's about time and go downhill on consecutive hairpins. Okay, that's one. Pull the brake. Go by 2. Checkpoint cleared by 3 hairpin. That's 4. Then here comes the exit spot. Okay, there we go. 4 minutes, 27.584 seconds. Let's see the tally up results. Okay, that's good. 112,214 points. Not bad, but it has to receive to have 6 common parts to be well received by standard default. But I'll have to spare it up to be converted into some scrap metal. So, it all comes down to this, folks. Only one more event to go. It's gonna be a combo event for the Albert Grand Prix discipline. After taking 3 skills and 5 events to be on the Rallycross, Powerboat, Air Race, Hypercar, and Street Race discipline. But this time, it's about to go for having a best event in Los Angeles to take part in the USST cities. But the correction is much more assured. It's about to go challenging to have 7 touring cars versus 1 Albert Grand Prix discipline to go for the final showdown. So I'll have to be preferred to have 1 best F1 race car is now being set and good to go by using with the Red Bull RB14 Disruption Edition 2018. 1002 horsepower and top speed, 271 miles per hour to be on the per level around in 340. So let's get the show on the road and let the final race to go initiate in the final round in Sunshine States. Here we go, folks. Last race, last call, and final part of the challenge.
Hey, thanks for joining us today in sunny Southern California for this next stage of the USST through the beautiful city of Long Beach.
Okay, just gonna have to get down and do some quick strategy in order to do this part of the race to go up higher. As ever imagined about there's gonna have to do a best part to see some Formula 1 race cars to be in Las Vegas to have a different track layout. But I bet you guys have ever watched this because this is gonna be a long-awaited return to have a different track layout that is actually to be similar to Tokyo R246. But it looks to be very bit different, and different position is now being set as well. So only in Los Angeles, this part of the corner strategy is going to have to do the different pattern just like on Long Beach. Okay, first lap cleared, on to lap number 2.
That's not a roller coaster up ahead. It's a pedestrian footbridge designed to look like one, built in honor of an amusement park that used to be here known as the Pike.
Okay, when you're on lap number 2, just try to keep going faster and do some well-applied braking as you can. But don't lose any grip because if anything else might need to have a patient time to go on full nitro, now's the time, and keep the good faster work while you can. So I just got everything to be settled in and keep up with the brainstorming dot. Okay, tight turns to go in. Okay, slow down. Final lap. Let's keep it going and slow down. Progression is almost to be at 80%. There we go. Now, this will have to take a good time and keep up the good practice work for this week temporarily.
Nice views of the Pacific coming up after these 2 turns. On a clear day, you can see all the way out to Catalina and the Channel Islands from here.
Okay, last stretch. Go for the final turn. And perfect.
And that's race number 6 in the can. We've only got 2 more left, and it's going to take us all the way across the country to the capital on the Potomac, Washington, D.C.
And there you go. 106,480 points in the can by under 3 minutes. Good job and solid flying work to do some amp up the speed for only one Alpha Grand Prix race car. But speaking of which, we're having a good time to see the USST cities to be featured in the rerun on Sunshine States. And plus, we're having an additional bonus for only 100,000 points that adds up with 1,174,782 points in the Platinum on rank 2,564 place. Only 1 day left until Cyber Monday is about to be set by tomorrow. But very good job to see some different events to be set by different order to be participate in the rerun on Sunshine States. Also to have 3 skills to be set by usual, but hopefully there's gonna have to take one few other live summit events to be going on to do some add skills. But after all, just to have the usual skills to do some most precisely and go for having the same part and 6 events to go for having a brand new different challenge. So I hope you guys did very well, and mostly I just really excited for myself by putting up with some minor changes and fixes to do this part of the content video. From only here until now, I'll have to make sure and just going to keep working on and do some more live stream videos to be on the main preparation until my own complete edition by adding up with the intro and outro as well. So by coming up, we're having one part of the Live Summit event to be on the date schedule before at the end of November, and earlier to be on December 6th. Squadra Italia is about to be going on and have the Rubicon Edizione for the Pagani Huayra. Unlike any other kinds of Italian vehicle editions such as the Alfa Romeo 4C. But this one is going to get a much fine fantastic return to have this most fine Italian hypercar to have a fully modified edition is about to be coming back once again. Let's have a preview. Here we have 3 vehicle restriction with the Ferrari 488 Pista, Lancia Stratos HFGR4, and Lamborghini Countach LPI 800-4. Adding up to have 2 street race with no restriction and a hypercar in forced vehicle. 1 skill on the speed trap, aerobatics, and slalom. Very perfect. Very much more fine indeed, and well prepared for the next Team Summit to go for another round with Italian cars as well. Alright folks, looks like it's time to get ready to go to wrap this up at the end of the video. More events to come, and more events to be doing a rerun to have a date schedule before at the end of the month in December. All we have to do is gonna have to wait for only one event to be coming up, and then the other 2 will be featured to be on a date schedule on the 6th through the 13th of December is Full Throttle, and December 13th through the 20th is Rollout that brings out the return of the Chevy Camaro CL1 RIP Edition plus a rollout tire on the Epic Vanity. But there's gonna have to take a good fine miracle moment to go for a rerun, and that means the Christmas Team Summit in ICXmas will be coming soon. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. Glad that you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like Dividend Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more to see for my image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with car liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time in the Live Summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.